the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Ballistics and Crucial. And our apparel partners are none other than 656. It's going to be your boy, Aggressive, joining none other than the most handsome boy that you can meet, Salty. He's right here. He's ready. He's prepped up. And hey, you can see it on his face. He's already done and dusted. And after what happened in the last matchup and after Universe's reaction, we don't want to talk about that. But let's head on down over to the matchups immediately on towards today's fixtures. Because on the TC, on the ladies and gentlemen, a lot of things happen. And hey, a lot of beats happen as well. Last matchup was incredible. It was a good win from their side. But now it's going to be another insane one. TEAMXO going up against the side of M42. I'm really hyped for this one because in a way, this is a rematch for them as well.
Yes.
Previously, they went up against one another. It was TEAMXO being able to take that win. It was a hard-fought victory by TEAMXO, though, because M42, they showcased a lot of promise. And from what I have seen, M42, they have grown together as a roster quite a lot. But are they going to be able to take down the juggernauts of TEAMXO, or will they falter under that pressure?
Exactly, that's going to be a question. Just like you mentioned, Team M42, they're yet to grow as a unit. They're yet to grow as a really big team. For sure, they have the biggest names in FPS history. But then again, against TEAMXO, who are performing, who are grinding hard right now, who are in top form, it's going to be a very, very tough task. Especially when EXO is in form, Aggressive. You always have to remember that after Ghost's addition, this team has absolutely devastated top teams in the competition. And against M42, I guess they will be comfortable, if not Team M42 bring the rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah, they need to try something a little bit more different, but at the same time, let's see who's been the ones to tear up the server the most as we head on down over to the Crucial MVP standings to see exactly who've been on the top echelons when it comes down to frags, when it comes down to the raw potential. And it's not really surprising that Paradox is right off the get-go on the #1 spot. He's always going to be there. He's just that person. He's just that consistent whenever he's playing that jet. It's going to be Paradox, Deathmaker, Deadly 10, and Cactus. Cactus, on the other hand, is a recent new addition. But in a way, Deadly 10, he's still here on the top 3. He's able to keep his position relevant, but Cactus being on the rise just goes to show how much effort he has put in from season #2 all the way on to season #3 now. He wants that MVP, and he's never going to stop.
I mean, it's surprising that we always find Paradox inside. I mean, it's not surprising that we always find Paradox and Deathmaker inside the top 4. For sure, I'm looking forward to more names, more big names in the community right now. But I mean, Aggressive, think of this, right? Paradox, even if his team is not performing, if his team is performing, then so good. He is always getting the frags. He's always the MVP. There are players who are sometimes more influential than Paradox in a game, but then I don't know how this man always gets all the kills, all the numbers that you can think of. And, well, of course, with Deathmaker, now he has a lot of competition inside the top 4. So, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some frag fest from all these 4 players, Deadly 10 and Cactus, just like you mentioned, underdogs trying to compete against the juggernauts. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun competition because, of course, team victory is going to matter at the end of the day, but MVP standings, who doesn't want to be the MVP? For sure, there are team games like, cricket, football, etc., but you always want to be the man of the match, don't you?
Yeah, you always want to be at that spotlight, and for now, 4 of these players, they're going to be at the spotlight, but their teams are nothing to scoff at because all of their teams, they are showcasing what they can do moving on down the line, and hopefully they're going to be able to perform even better as the gauntlet continues, because you do need to remember these are still the group stages, so there's a lot of matches to play. And hey, speaking about the group stages, let's head on down over towards the group standings and see exactly where the teams are, how they're looking, where they're placing, and what they're actually fighting for. True Rippers, they're right at the get-go. They're at the very top. Team Exploit as well. Insane roster with Shooter on their backs, just plowing through all of their matches. Team Valor having a pretty hard loss of their own, being on the 3rd spot. Team EXO just being able to win out one match barely. God Particles also losing out on their match. SNUL Esports, they did win out one, but they lost it out at the very end. And M42, they're also at a loss here as well. And now this is their chance to finally force their way up and dethrone Team EXO by taking a possible 2-0 lead against them. But against Team EXO trying to take a 2-0 lead, I don't think that's going to happen because Team EXO, they're a juggernaut of a squad. And hey, speaking of those juggernauts, let's head on down over towards the team intro for side of Team EXO, ladies and gentlemen. And Salty, take away the mic from me because you're going to walk us right through the roster.
I mean, is there anything left for this roster? I mean, this audience, everybody in the Valorant community know that this is the team that you have to watch out for. For sure, they've been the dark horse for a considerable amount of time right now, but with Ghost's addition, every single time they've played, I've said this, Ghost has been the key player for Team EXO. He has changed their fortunes. He has completely transformed the team overnight. For sure, Excali will still be the main man to look out for. But then with Ghost, with Blackhawk, with Wim on the sidelines, with them always lurking around and kicking heads, you always have to watch out for Team EXO. Just like we always mention, Blackhawk is one of those guys who lurks in the dark, right? He plays the Omen most of the times. I'm pretty sure Team EXO will play Split, and Blackhawk will find himself in obnoxious positions. Wimp will be the left-hand guy for the main man. He's always, grinding out for duels. He's always trying to win 1v1 duels and give his team an advantage. With a crispy aim like his, he can shred down an opposition just like anything else. And with Ghost there in the front line, along with Sai and Excali, I don't think anything is impossible for this lineup. They can take down the biggest teams in the competition. They can win the championship. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they're a team that will always be on our radars, but at the same time, let's see who's going to be on our radar the most as a player from Team EXO as we head on down over to the Ballistic Player Spotlight to see exactly who's going to be the one try and bring in the most amount of impact throughout the entire game. And I think that no other player is better suited for that other than Excali. Excali. This guy is just too good to be true, especially when he's on that raise and when he's on that jet from time to time, whenever Ghost is the one to play that Sky. The way that Excali plays, it's super explosive. It's super disrespectful, but in a way, it's so disrespectful that your opponents are just not going to be expecting it. They're just going to be like, hey, he's going to show me some respect. He's not going to swing around this corner. 2 seconds later, Excali pops out, domes you with the forehead, kills your teammate that was supposed to trade you, and then you're like, bro, why is he here? Why are you coming after me like this? You're supposed to take it slower, but Excali, he just does not care.
You know what? Excali is supremely talented. He's probably one of the best duelist player in the country. But then again, his trademark will always be the fact that he is one of those players who is going to not just play with your character in game, he's also going to play with your mind and your mindset. He's going to destroy you from within, not just destroy you in a game itself. Just like you mentioned, the amount of disrespect. I don't think it's disrespect. In a game, it's always about destroying your opposition's mindset, and he destroys them from within. You imagine how much confidence of the opposition is going to break when this man just dances across the pitch and kills you like it's nothing. Yeah, for sure, there are always healthy fights. There are disciplined fights, but then this man pops up from nowhere and then hits a shot. You're like, wait, this cannot be true. And then, of course, then comes the teabagging and everything else. I feel like he is a total powerhouse package. And without him, it's a little less entertaining on the server. But then with him, it's not just entertaining, but also some ruthless valor that we've got to offer.
Yeah, he's just that type of guy who can just cause a lot of problems. He's not going to be stopping for a single second. But at the same time, I believe that their opposition, they have tested the waters just a little bit. They've dipped their toes into that ice cold water that is Team EXO, and they're like, hey, maybe we can jump in and take the fight straight to them. So let's head on down over towards the team intro for Team M42, ladies and gentlemen, and see exactly what they're going to be cooking up for us. Because in a way, M42 as a roster, on paper, I would say that this roster does not mesh well together. In a general, like, there's a reason why I'm saying this. Because when you look at the names, there's not really a lot of names that you know. You know Venom, you know Sam, you know Emo, but Hyper, Rix, it's just you don't know, man. You don't know how they're gonna be meshing well together. But seeing this team as they're growing, as they're putting their foot down, trying to move further and further throughout their entire community, trying to make their mark here, I believe that as more time passes, M42, they're going to be much more better of a squad. And they're already showcasing us that. They have made massive strides when it comes down to terms of improvement. And they have taken down a lot of other top squads as well. Being able to take down Team Valor, it's nothing to scoff at. And M42, they're the squad that did it. So in a way, I'm really looking forward to see what they're going to bring down to the table. But at the same time, let's see who's going to be shining the brightest from their side as we head on down over to the ballistic player spotlight for their end. Exalty, talk us right through the guy.
Well, Sam with the breach. Yeah, with stat, of course, 7 kills and 28 deaths, 6 assists, and ACS of 89. Not really sure how much he has to offer, but of course we know that he's an FPS veteran. We know what he has done previously, and his career for sure is pretty big. And I'm pretty sure that this team, just like you mentioned, is a very infant roster at this point. They're yet to grow together. They're yet to show performances. To be honest, I feel like this is probably their first official event playing together. So of course there are going to be hiccups. Of course there are going to be problems. And with players individually capable of destroying opposition, just like you talked about, Sam, Venom, Rakes, Hyper, all these guys. For sure, you have the skill and you just need the synergy. And synergy only comes with experience. Experience only comes with playing games. Therefore, we just need to give Team M42 a little bit of time. Give them the breathing room. I know there's a lot of attention on them because, of course, an international organization, the players of such stature, it's big. Team M42 was supposed to be big. It was touted to be one of the big names, but I would suggest give them a little time, give them that breathing room to build themselves up from within so that they can pose a possible threat against the best teams.
It's just gonna take a little while longer for them to try and mesh together as a squad. It's getting there. Like I personally say that it's getting there. They're making a lot of good strides. They're going in the right direction, but they need to go here faster because unless they do, they're just not gonna be able to take down juggernauts or just TEAMXO who are opposing them, trying to pros as much as they possibly can. And hey, speaking of opposing, let's see where they're gonna be fighting off against one another as we head on down over towards the map view screen. Because in a way, the battleground is just as important as the teams are. So in that sense, Haven being the first initial pickup, it's not really surprising. M42, in a way, I would personally say that Haven could just be their best map because the best performance that I've seen coming out from them was in the map of Haven in particular as well.
Absolutely. I mean, no surprises on the second map as well. TEAMXO picking up Split, which is supposed to be their home turf. TEAMXO, they have a very typical play style on the map of Split. Like, they will always push forward mid. They will try and capture mid most of the time with Blackhawk on the A corridor, Wimp on the B corridor. They'll try and get picks on either side. They'll have their right and left flanks while their main focus is going to be mid. Like, that is how they generally function. They have their ifs and buts. They have their mixes as well. They have a few different strategies here and there. That is generally the default, which definitely works out most of the time. Now, if Team M42 have an answer to it, I feel Split could go either way. But then again, considering the amount of experience, the number of games the TEAMXO have played on Split, and the number of big teams that they have beaten on this map of Split, I'm pretty sure they're confident on getting that map for themselves. On the map of Haven, though, I haven't seen a lot of M42 myself, so no real prediction on that. I feel like since it's a larger map, Team M42, I hope they have a lot of attacking depth. I hope they have a lot of defensive coordination. And if they have both those check boxes ticked, I feel like Haven could be theirs. And if all of those predictions come true, if we get to see a 1-1, then Ascent is going to be a neutral ground. I feel like every single time Ascent has been one of those games where you get to see a nail-biting decider. We'll have a look at the agent selection because it's already online. Haven and its agent composition is going to be really important. Aggressive. Let's see. We can already see a KO being hovered over by Hyper, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to see a KO here. Wimp on the breach, no surprises. A double initiator composition, something which I'm expecting from both the sides. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, double initiator is just super common. But the thing is, some people like that Sky, some people like that breach. A lot more of the experienced teams in our region at the very least like to pick up that breach because of the way that he interacts with the Killjoy. because Killjoy is such a prominent pick on the map of Haven that it's either a Killjoy or a Cypher, depending on the teams and depending on the way they like to perform. So in that sense, it's not a bad idea. Like to pick up that Killjoy, it just allows you to have a lot more versatility in the way you use the Astra as well. Astra's gravity wells will just immediately be able to be placed in positions where the Killjoy lockdown cannot reach. If you want to pull a lot of people inside of the nanoswarms, that's also very much possible. There's a lot of different dynamics that you can do by playing those two controllers together. But the thing about a Breach and a Sova is that the Sova instantly spots out one of the players, and the Breach can just pop out a flash through a wall. There's no travel time, there's nothing, and he can just get a kill and set up a jet very beautifully for that. But with the Sky, it's a little bit more different. You need to control that flash. You need to go in slow. You need to go in steady. You cannot immediately act upon the information that your Sova is giving you. So in that sense, it's about reactivity versus proactivity. So in that sense, the Sky just allows for a little bit more ease of use, while the Breach is much more instantaneous, good communication, just rushing.
Exactly. I mean, just like you mentioned, you wonderfully explain it, right? Breach is supposed to, brute force your way into a site, but the Sky gives you a little bit more information, which you can slowly and methodically try and utilize. But then again, we have both the combinations. We have a Sky and a Sova. We have a Sky and we have a Breach and a Sova. So let's see which is more potent, I guess. On the other side, we have commons a lot. We have Jets, we have Astras, we have Cages as well. So it's similar on both the sides. The only difference is going to be the initiator himself. Now, the Astra is no surprise. But then again, the agent selection from the players on the side of TEAMXO is, I don't know. I don't know. It's a little surprising because Ghost is the one who is playing controller this time. Excali is playing the default duelist, not Ghost himself. Sai on the initiator, Wimp on the initiator as well, and Blackhawk on the Cypher.
Oh, Excali. He just does not care. He just swung it out hard. But oh my god, that dog! That dog just flew, man. Who let the dogs out in this situation? Because that's what's gonna go to the Olympics for sure. Ooh, what's the dog Olympics called? I absolutely forgot about that. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that later because Sam, he tried to play with fire, he tried to play with his food a little bit, but he's not gonna be able to find that kill. That's gonna hurt him just a little bit, but still, so much noise being made. Rix, look behind you, my man! Sai and Ghost are gonna be the two players who get 2 kills, but still, Emo to be able to trade it all back out. Immediately, it's a 3 versus 3 situation. It just took a couple of seconds. Excali's taking a good chunk of damage. Hyper's gonna be the one to slap him in the forehead with that Ghost. But yeah, he's still holding. He's still alive. But Ghost, he's just so good. He's gonna swing out. He's gonna get 1 taps. But against 2 players, he's not in a position to find anything here. Gets tagged out. Gets spotted. It's just time to die. And Sam, he's gonna slap him in the forehead.
Oof. Team M42, it has been a rough start for them, but this round was really, really good. I mean, look at the way they start pushing out. Look at the way they start pushing out already, right? They try and venture out in the mid. They try and keep some players towards the A corridor as well to try and prevent a push from coming in, try and prevent a pinch from coming in from both the sides. Good stuff from them to prevent, to keep all their boxes covered, keep all the bodies upright, and then push forward. They had all the strength in terms of manpower, and they utilized perfectly. Once again, Ghost is pushing out in a very obnoxious corner. Emo already taking Blackhawk. They will check the corner, but Ghost is going to find you. In fact, it's going to be Excali who steals away the kill from him. Ghost will be neutralized, but that's about it. Excali is in prime position, but then he has been dazed completely. All the players and the location has been revealed, and Team M42, they're going to fall back.
Can we just talk about something?
For sure.
Can we just talk about something really quick? Why is Ghost on Astra?
That's what I said during the agent select. Excali is playing the primary duelist, Blackhawk is playing a sentinel, and Ghost is playing a controller.
My brain just auto thought of Ghost going on to something different, but okay, I guess it works because this time around he's gonna be the one to be the difference maker, but still, this is a really successful eco round here. Salty, just imagine it like this. How did they get so many kills with just classics? They didn't even invest into sheriffs. Just with classics, they did this much damage.
Ghost pushing up, not really checking that corner. Excali just doubling up on him. That was brilliant strategy, actually. I mean, imagine this. You always expect to be on the back foot with the classic, right? But TEAMXO, they're like, nah, we're made up of some other raw material. We're gonna push up. And that's what they did. And Team M42 just didn't expect getting 3 kills. Taking down 3 Spectres is decent. Once again, they won't have money to probably go for a full buy. They'll still play a bonus round. Not really sure what's going to happen on the EXO camp. They have all the money in the world to buy weapons. But if this bonus round pans out well for Team M42, then they are going to be in some troubled waters.
It's gonna be difficult for them, but in a way, I guess it's all right. They can do a little bit more. Maybe they can switch things up just a tiny little bit, but not just yet. Not just yet. They're still in good form. They're still gonna be able to do it. They are opting to go in for a bonus round though, and I don't know how much I like this. You did lose out on 3 of your members, so just go in for a 4th. You can fight gun for gun. You don't need to play the bonus, and that's the thing. Sometimes playing the bonus is not important, but Excali, overstayed your welcome. You broke the bot. Why didn't you dash out? A little bit questionable right there, Salty. And I personally believe this first initial pick just costed them everything. They can go and try to pick up that gun, but M42, they know. If they try to do that, they're possibly walking into their graves.
Ghost all by himself. All the Astral utilities being dumped in, and here comes Hyper. Does have a Spectre to work with. Wants to take those close quarter combats. Ghost will get shut down. Win gets to Sai to try and get one more, but now Sam and Drake all come together in eco round, a bonus round, and exactly this is what I was talking about. This could go worse for Team EXO if they lose weapons in the process, and they exactly do that. Now in 3v1 situation, the odds are stacked heavily in the favor of Team M42, and they really want to close this as swiftly as possible. They really want to close as smoothly as possible. Blackhawk gets one more frag for himself, but that's about it. That's what she wrote for him. They will retrieve 2 weapons. They have money to buy more, and Team EXO's economy is in the dumpsters. Probably for an M42 fan, or probably for a Venom fan, this is the best start you would have ever wanted.
Yeah, 0 and 3, being able to take out the first buy round as well from the side of Team EXO. Plus, not only were we able to take away the buy round from them, you had 3 of our members still alive who were able to pick up the guns. So that's a perfect win-win situation for you. Your eco is going to be looking good. You don't have anything to worry about. You pretty much set yourself up for success the following rounds, but Hyper, too much aggression from your side, my man. Too much hyper aggression. That's going to cost you. Blackhawk's going to be the one to get a freebie for himself. With that, it is a pretty tough situation to say the very least. Couple of shots being taken. Sai nearly took the head of Sam off right there. But they're holding. They're just playing around with their food. But Sam, he has a Hunter Spirit to work with. This Hunter Spirit could come in clutch, but thing is, they need to clear out multiple different trap wires to make this work properly for them.
Blackhawk with the Sheriff. Will he find the frag though? Not yet. It's still a 4v5. Things can work well for Team M42 because of course it's an attacking situation. Sam gets Blackhawk, Venom gets Sai, and this suddenly is all theirs for the taking. Wimp will be completely shut down from the side with the help of the Astral Divide. Wasn't really compulsory, especially because EXO was on an eco round, but they're not taking any chances. This is just an insurance policy aggressive.
Yeah, they're just gonna try and get a couple hits of frags, but in a way at 42, they're just not gonna do it. They're just gonna wait, they're just gonna chill. They know for a fact that if they overly aggress, things could go badly for them. Shots are gonna be coming on in. Ghost is gonna go for 1 kill, maybe not. Excali's gonna go for 1 on the sidelines, but the time is ticking down. Rex is gonna swing out. He's gonna be able to find 1 more for himself. Ghost, how much more can he do, my man? There is nothing. Maybe you can stop them from running away at the bare minimum. He's not even gonna be able to do that. 1% will survive, but still Venom, he needs to die for the cause. And hey, at least his buddy Rex was able to survive. Gets a little bit more extra money in his bank. In a way, it's alright. 0-4 on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen. And I would say, again, a very successful eco round for the side of Team EXO, but they need rounds here. They don't need really good eco rounds. They need flawless ones.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really sure if this economy is gonna come back. You look at Blackhawk and Excali, they're both sitting at 0. They're running on max loss bonus at this point, and even if they win 1 round, I don't think it's gonna be enough, especially with the ultimates stacked up for their favor. Look at this. They have 3 ultimates to work up. They have 1 Astral Divide. They have a Neural Theft as well as a Rolling Thunder, 2 of which can work perfectly. In a post-plant situation, trying to enter into a side, the Astral Divide could be quintessential. You have a Rolling Thunder, which can open sight for you. It can kind of help you in your retake, as well as a neural theft kind of aids you on that information. Excali with the op though in the window, his position is not known while his opposition has been
Oh,
tagged.
nice
This is a
movement.
weird situation,
Good
but still
movement.
the guys survive. Blackhawk in a weird corner. Sam will definitely check if the birds come through, and Sam instantly neutralizes. Here comes the Hunter's Divide. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Pardon me for that. Wim gets Sam, and that's about it.
Oh, Excali, he spots out the toes. He tries going for that shot. He's not going to be able to find it though. One person wants to go in for that swing. The jiggle's going to be coming from the side of Riggs. The operator's not going to be able to find that much value, but it's completely fine. And Danny, don't really worry about it. Ghost on the other side is going to be the one to take down Venom. With this, they're going to be able to go in for a hold. They're going to be able to go in for a push. Riggs is going to be good for one, but he immediately gets traded. Not much you can do here. Wimp around the corner, but Win just does not miss those shots. Spots on the head, spots on the pixel. Just sends a bullet straight through his skull. 1 and 4 on the scorecards here, ladies and gentlemen. TEAMXO, they're back in the game already.
Back in the game already? I mean, they need one more round because I can see a bank of cash on the side of Team M42.
Oh,
And
yeah,
if they
that's
invest on a little bit, and if they get back into their mojo, there can be more rounds. But then again, I never really counted TEAMXO out. For sure, this game was theirs for the taking. In spite of having early rounds, I feel like there's always a chance for teams to come back. I've always seen that momentum has been swinging heavily. Excali, a risky pick, but he falls back to safety. Birds come through and win. And others, they've been completely caught off guard from the side as of yet.
Ooh, Wimp, he has a rolling thunder to work with. Venom, he needed the skill, but Venom missed it. And Blackhawk's gonna be the one to swing out and get shut down that kill almost immediately. Sam, he also gets another. Sam also dies out in the process. Ghost is gonna be able to shut down one, and Sai gets another free kill. Flawless round. And just as I said, hey, TEAMXO, they just need one round to put themselves back in the game.
It's interesting. It's actually very interesting. TEAMXO, they've been doing things differently. Right? Team M42, they're mostly reacting to what Team M42 have been doing. Initially, they started off playing aggressive. They started off playing their natural game style, and now they've adapted to the M42 style of play. M42 more or less have been trying to kind of brute force their way, and they're trying like, all right, we're gonna hit the B side, and that's decided. No change in plans, guys. Don't change your plans midway. We're going Goa. We are going Goa. We're not gonna go to Sri Lanka midway. That's basically it. A very bad analogy.
I would have made a Narnia reference. That would have been way better, but I guess it's fine. Goa and not Sri Lanka. It's okay. Okay, continue.
Sai though, I mean, this is what TEAMXO does, right? You look at this. Excali is in the A corridor. I believe he has a sniper to work with. Yes, he does have the op. One player is tagged already. Sai will keep pushing forward. Venom taking a lot of damage. Venom and Sai, they've been exchanging trades for quite some time now. Venom's gonna get the frag. Sai will be taking down. The Seekers come out as well. Ghost, his position is gonna be revealed, and Sam is gonna isolate and exterminate him. Good stuff. A 5v3 already, and the defender's side is already down and out.
It's a really good flash. Blackhawk though is still gonna be able to survive in hyper. He nearly missed that shot. The spray is gonna be good to shut him on down, but that was a little bit too close for comfort. Wimp, he's now gonna be the superhero. Come on, 2 kills, Wimp. 2 kills. That's gonna be 1. Get the second. Get the second. Swing out. Get the second. He's not gonna be able to. He's dead. There's no he survives that. Excali's gonna be the one to shut down Sam, but Excali, last person remaining. 1 on his back, 1 on his front. Where does he look? Where does he hide? Bricks. Don't worry about it, buddy. It happens to all of us.
Excali though will be struggling a lot. At this point, he has to make a choice. Does he save his gun or he goes for the defuse? Of course, there's going to be the Nova Pulse.
Oh, he gets off.
Fortunately, he had the dash. Fortunately, he had the dash. Oh, wait. No. Overextension? Aggressive?
Not exactly. I would personally say that Evo just saw him. He just saw him stunned, and he's like, there's no way this guy is gonna kill me. I'm gonna take it slow. I'm gonna take it steady. I'm gonna aim my mouse at his head. And then Excali's like, what do you mean I can't kill him? Quick scopes him out of existence. Just sends him back home with a slap to the face. And hey, that's Excali for you. 2 and 5 on the scorecards, though. In a way, he got a good shot, but he's just not gonna be able to get anything out of it. Now, they have they have that money to go in for another buy round, but this is the last buy round that they're gonna have. Look at their money, man. They have nothing, so.
They really don't have anything, but at least they can work with what they have. The Hunter's Fury comes out. Sam
Ooh, Excali.
takes a little bit of damage, but I think he's fine. He is not as low that you would think him to be. Blackhawk, though, is stuck in a very precarious corner. He has to move out of this position. Nanoswarm's coming as well, and I feel Blackhawk at this point will manage to escape, but Ghost is already in the back lines. Venom has no idea about it. The Spectre shot doesn't really connect, and he gives away his position. Bad stuff.
Not gonna be able to get it though. Venom. Where does he run? Where does he go? He is gonna be able to get a forward position for himself with his teammates to get into the C side. But the thing is, positionally, it's not that strong. Not just yet. Emo towards the angle of mid. It's gonna be good. Ghost is gonna be swinging out. It's not gonna be even able to get a kill, but a good chunk of damage being given already. It's all up to Sai. Sai, you need to hit this shot. You need to go in for these kills. If he's not able to find it, it's gonna be dangerous. And Sai, he's just not gonna be missing any of those. He's gonna be able to shut down 2 players at the bare minimum.
30
now
seconds left.
it's down to a 2 versus 3 situation. The attackers, they don't really have a lot of real estate to work with. Rix is right around the corner. He can break this tripwire, or he can just wait to see what could happen. But yeah, poor old Rix, he's just dead. Goodbye, Risk. You're gonna be missed for sure.
Rix है तो 1 है. 8 seconds. Going for the plant.
Oh, he's gonna get a
Really
heal with him as well. Oh,
Revealing area.
now.
Emo though. At this point, I guess Blackhawk and the rest of Team EXO will be able to come through and probably isolate those players one by one. Coming from one different direction, Emo gets a first one.
Wait a second.
Hurt for himself,
Oh, no.
Excali. Once again with the AWP. In a 1v2 situation, I don't think he has the time.
This is not how it's supposed to go. This is not what I signed up for. Oh my god, Excali, if you actually get this shot, if you're actually gonna be able to go in for this clutch, it's gonna be insane.
No.
He's gonna be going in for that swing. He's not gonna be able to hit that shot though, and instead it's gonna be Emo getting a 4K and shutting everything down. 2 versus 4, Salty. 2 versus 4. It just fell apart from a 2 versus 4.
How is Excali
Ow.
finding himself in these situations every single time? Like, he's in 1v2 situations every time with the AWP. The rest of the players, they can probably slow down the retake a little bit, don't you think?
They can do a lot more here. Like, I just don't understand Salty, the way that he's trying to take a lot of these fights, the way that he is playing it so slow. I don't understand, Excali. You're on a jet. You need to be a little bit more aggressive, especially when you're on that operator. That's gonna hurt, but at the same time, Rix. He just swung out with an op and just tapped him casually into the next dimension. He's not running a Marshall, man. He's running an operator, and he's playing that operator like as if he's running a Marshall. Beautiful accuracy from this.
Oh no, Blackhawk. Poor guy! Hyper! It's just too much for him. Overwhelming attack on the C side. But at this point, I guess Team M42, they've time and time again managed to find their openings in the side and have dominated the side entries. But then again, they've struggled a little with the retake, especially when the retakes come in with all the weaponry. They've given away a few kills in the process, and most of the time it has been a 1v2 situation. So things are really close. But at this point, Sam gets one. Excali, he actually trades him back. It's still a 4v2. It's still doable, especially with Excali in the mix. But Rix is going to take down Wim. Once again, the knives don't connect. And now he's just vulnerable. He stands there. Waits for his
Like,
death.
take me away. Just take me away, man. My soul does not deserve to be on this planet anymore. I just want to go back home. I just want to go back to my buddies. Talk to them a little bit and maybe find some success there, but...
His buddies are actually playing alongside him.
Just let him have his moment. Just let him have his moment. It's a safe haven, my boy. It's a safe haven. No pun intended. It's a safe haven. Especially when he's with his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel safe when I'm with you here on Caster's Desk. It's safe.
Alright then. Love you, aggressive. But Sai though, I don't think he loves any of these M42
What is
players.
happening in this corner, dude?
Even I have no clue. I have no clue.
I understand, dude. It's a safe haven, but still, that's a little bit too close for comfort. Social distancing, people. We're still in the moments of COVID. Yeah,
And
I
here
think
it
the Sai's
comes.
gonna deploy that. Oh,
Second one?
oh, he's healing on his third. Wait, you died when you were flashed.
You are divided.
Oh, side!
I mean, so much is happening at the moment. Team M42, they're still willing to plant the spike, but Venom is quite low on HP with nobody to heal him. He does have Sova. But Venom, he actually finds Blackhawk in the process. Excali is going to neutralize him. A 1v2 situation for Sam.
One bullet.
He does have a sniper. One bullet in the chamber. He makes the most use of it. Ghost versus Sam right now. The recon does come in. His position has been revealed. He has a lot of stars to work with. Good Nebula Cloud, but shock darts come through. No damage. Del and Ghost right now almost invisible, almost invincible. Sam will have to run through, and this is exactly the moment where Ghost was waiting for. Brilliant stuff from EXO's Ghost to actually give his team the third round.
Tiny little bit questionable in the way that he played that round, but I guess nice try. That should have been a clutchable round for him, but at the same time, Ghost just played fiddle. Even if he stuck the spike there, I'm pretty sure that there's no way that Sam would have known. He would have gotten that defuse regardless. It's fine. It happens to the best of us, so move on from that. Sam, he did a really good try, but still, 3-7 on the scorecard. It's not a bad scoreline, especially if you consider the map of Haven. It is a very attacker-sided map, 7 rounds of the attack. It's really good, but for EXO, they need that 5 on their side. 7 and 5 is what they're fighting for, and it's going to be 9 and 3 for M42. They're going to be going in for it, but just as you would have expected. Hyper, he just got a little bit scared there. He used both of his smokes and his tailwind. Yeah, now he has nothing for an entry.
Time and time again, Team EXO, the defense is good, but then M42, they've been able to find the chunks in the armor. Look at this, though. Side pushes up in the C side, and they haven't really invested in the C side way too much. The B side has been left empty, and they've planted this by time and time again. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, takes down the default, takes down Venom in the process, and that's one man down, but the spike has been planted, and they're in post-plant positions already. This is good stuff, but a 5v4 retake should be possible for Team EXO. What do you think, Aggressive?
Should be possible. It's going to get difficult as well. It's all up to Wimp. He has that Rolling Thunder. He's going to be popping and everyone's going to be flying up into the next dimension here. Beautiful shots and Ricks! He's going to swing out. That's going to hurt him just a little bit, but Ghost, he's still alive. He's still kicking, but in a way, they can't just stop the spike from getting diffused. The spike's pretty much in no man's land. You need to place the spike in the middle, not on the side. M42, that planned position was not smart at all. I don't know how you're going to defend that, but placing the spike on the left-hand side of default, they didn't have a proper sight hold, and they did a left-hand side default. I guess? I don't know.
4-7, the scoreline Aggressive, and things aren't really looking good for Team M42, honestly, because honestly, they would have wanted an even better outcome in the first half. They played well, but then they've given away a few rounds. Mostly, Excali gives away his position and falls back to safety, but then again, they have some information to work with. They're still trying to explore the mid areas. Look at the B side, though. It's completely empty. There's nobody to guard it. All the players have been invested. All the utility has been invested in the C side. The players are in garage as well as in the E side. Excali still trying to duel it out in the A sewers, but at this point, I don't really think they are going to hit the A sewers. Instead, they're going to try and hit the B side. The spike has been planted already, and they are looking for close one positions. We have seen this time and time again, but once again, I remember Team EXO wonderfully retaking that B side. I believe they have the utility set to do so as well. Players have been shooed away from window as well. The Astral Divide comes through, and this is desperate stuff for Team M42. Venom has to push forward. Does he find anyone? He dinks one guy, but that's about it. Team X, so they find all the kills in the process and clean sweep Team M42 to make it the 5th round for themselves.
Another thing that I would like to talk about is that they really need to stop going to that B side. They went to the B sides 3 rounds in a row. They can get much more better chances on towards the A side, maybe do a C execution. They have a composition for it, but they're just not going there. And if you're going to hold on B, you can change up your strategies. You don't need to play outside of B. Sometimes playing inside of B is also not a bad idea. If you know for a fact that your opposition has an Astral Ultimate to work with, sending one player inside of B is not a bad idea. He can just sit on top of the containers. He can sit in the corner. There's a lot of different things that you can do. B side, post plan, can work on it, but it's fine. You got a 7 and 5 score, and you have the lead. Now it's your turn. play the defense as immaculately as you possibly can. It's all about playing it slow. It's all about playing it smart because TEAMXO, they're known for that fast-paced aggression, and they're not going to be stopping for even a second. And just look at Excali. He just full-scale ran into A short without giving a damn the entire.
For sure, that's what he does most of the time. Sam, though, will be all alone in the B side. It's probably a little lonely here because most of the players from TEAMXO, they are looking to hit the B side. We have one player, we have the KJ from Team M42 who is already in the C corridors. You can see Ghost is taking down Sam already in the east. I believe in the east side, I'm not really sure. Okay, so he had overextended a little too much. Hyper, though, is just waiting in the A corridor. This is a railroad that's coming you. Excali is going to spray down Hyper in the process. And now Ghost and others. Aren't you a little too late?
I guess he could have done something a little bit more, but still, Excali, he's just too good, man. He's just hitting all of his shots. He's not missing a single one, and they're able to find everything here. Rix is going to be good for 1 kill, but that's all that he's going to get. Rix, you need to go and die to them. Otherwise, you're just gone. He's going to go in for a try. He's going to do as much damage as he possibly can. A little bit of a run and gun from Rix. For 1 kill at the bare minimum, 1 on his back, 1 on his front. He's getting pincered from multiple different sidelines, and Rix, his feelings are getting toyed with, but he's gonna be toyed with their feelings instead. Rix is just too good to be true, ladies and gentlemen. He's able to find a lot. He's gonna run it down, and he's probably gonna be able to get one more dink on towards the face of Wimp. And Wimp is like, nope, I'm not risking any of this, man. I'm just not gonna do it. Wimp is gonna be peeking out, but Rix is just too good to be true. He's gonna be able to shut them all down piece by piece, and there's no way he's gonna be able to go in for that defuse. Nice try, though, Rix. You have to say, this bad, he nearly pulled out the impossible. He gets 4 kills as a killjoy, and he nearly could have gone in for that defuse, but Wimp, he played it smart at the end. If Wimp still took that fight, thinking that he was gonna be able to kill Rix, and he died in the process, Rix could have gone in for a defuse at Blackhawk. He couldn't have done anything about it.
6-7 the scoreline. What are the odds, aggressive? What do you think? Is TEAMXO looking strong enough to make a comeback and kind of even things out? They have won 4 rounds on a trot.
I don't know, man. What is happening? It feels like both of these squads are just jumping around, diving into each other, and they just want hugs, man. I want hugs as well, but I didn't think in a tournament level game they won these.
Hugs are good. Hugs save life. Nonetheless, one player goes down.
But
That's not a hug.
But not in the tournament level game, dude. Just look at them. They're just all rushing it. They want these. They want these hugs, but they don't want to give it. Size also feeling like hater of hugs.
I mean, for sure they have the SMGs, and of course they would want close quarter combats, and they would win most of them. TEAMXO, though, they're looking formidable, and that is exactly what I wanted, right? They are so flamboyant in their attacking side. They are going to cause problems, and I'm not really sure if Team M42 is defensively that strong, if their defensive coordination is up to the mark to actually stop TEAMXO on the tracks. They're going to try a lot of different things. They're going to try C corridor pushes, they're going to try garages, they're going to try and troll you as well. Team M42, they have to keep the composure if they want to stop this team dead on their tracks, just like I mentioned. Here comes the fault line. They will try and execute the garage push. They're running down the clock. No time wasted. It's pure business. Sam versus Excali, a duel which Excali is always going to win. Blackhawk already in the C side. Then inside the gravity, well, inside the cage, he's going to find one guy. Sai's going to find Venom as well. Venom traded one player out, but still a 4v2 M42 though. The defenses have been torn apart. Their players are caught off guard, and they just could not keep up to the fast-paced aggression that TEAMXO is delivering on the plate.
Dude, that was a little bit too close for comfort, though. But at the same time, a lot of confused Unga Bunga noises being made by Team M42. They wanted to take a fight. They got the 1v1s that they wanted, but Sam, he just had the worst weapon. There's no way he's going to be able to survive that. And Sai just gets a free operator kill. The operator's down. If Rix loses his gun, they have nothing. And Rix is going to lose his gun. There's no way he's going to be able to find 2 here. There should be no way. That's 1. It's completely fine. Whip should be able to get him. Whip.
1v1s. They had no idea of his positioning, right? But I really felt sad of what happened to Hyper over there, because I mean, look at this man, right? He was waiting for exit frags, and Sai was like casually killing him. But nonetheless, TEAMXO, it has been a very strong footing for them, and it has been more of a knockout punch against Team M42. Team M42 kind of did the same thing in attack. They tried and exploited the fast-paced aggression that you can get away with in the map of Haven, just because of the fact that there are so many options, just because of the fact that the defense is spread so thin. If you try and hit a side, or if you try and hit an avenue real hard, real quick, you can create an opening, and that's what Team M42 did. But Team EXO, they're just doing it a little better. Shock darts traded one by one, but Excali still yet to find an opening. Look at this crossfire, though. Not really sure of it. Okay, so it's a Sheriff and a Shorty crossfire side that has some information to work with. Nobody is trying to venture out nearby the A main corridor. That's definitely a question. You can see that Cypher is already in the backline. Shotgun pushing Ricks back, and here comes a Shorty, tagging in the head. That's about it. Wim side goes, all of them come with kills. Excali is always gonna fly and kill you, right? And Blackhawk finally flying Jet. The Jet was like, I'm a cat. I want to go away.
What do you mean? He's like,
I mean, I don't know, man. This when I always see a Jet dashing into a wall, I always remember a cat that my neighbor had. She used to run around the floor always, and most of the time she used to go and strike a wall and made this weird position. Yeah, weird references.
what's a cat like? I want a cat like. In general, I need pets. Because it does get lonely in the house, but it's fine. My life is like that in general, but hey, I have Valorant with us. I have Valorant with us. I have you. I have Assassin as well, sitting on the producer desk. So it's completely fine. Nothing to really worry about now. So it's fine. We don't.
Oh my.
My life is kind of sad here, but hey, Valorant's with us all, is it not? So 9 and 7 on the scorecards. It's going to be a pause. All of these teams are also telling a couple of campfire stories, just like me and Salty here. They're chilling. They need to chill here because M42, they have lost out on a lot of rounds. It was a 5 and 7. Now look at where we are. It's 9 and 7. Four losses consecutively is not how you want to start off your own defensive side, especially on the map of Haven, especially after you had such a dominant side on attack. They need to figure something out here because, in a way, the side of Team EXO, they're waiting for M42 to make a lot of the mistakes, and M42, they're playing so default heavy, they're not really adapting.
You know what? Aggressive. Like the first game was so like ironic in this one because most of the teams, they were dominating on their defensive side and not dominating on their attacking side. They were suffering. It's like this one. Ghost finds Venom, but nobody checks his position. Hyper gets fragged, but he gets instantly traded out. You don't really expect too much from those one and done angles, do you? Blackhawk has been pushed out. Excali, he finds Emo. All these players from Team EXO, they will just bulldoze you if you try and get in their way. Team M42, they've been stuck. They've been shut down away from the C side, and they're like, all right, we need to figure out our options. What do we have? All these players in the long area. We do have a recon dart as well. We have a few shock darts take away for you players from the Kabi region. Sai on the back lines. His position has been revealed, and Riggs is gonna be worrying about that.
Oh my god, Sam fade away shock dart. He actually gets
6 HP. Wimp is at 6 HP. They barely survived. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Sam will be tagged.
Good night.
Sad stuff. I guess he's gonna get killed. Yeah, he is gonna get killed. There's no way he can survive that. Riggs does have a lockdown available, but wouldn't really use that. He save his gun and run away from this explosion zone side. They're looking for exit frags. I mean, things are really working in favor of Team EXO, right? You try and sum up the round. It's gonna get over even before you start analyzing it because of the fact that you have this fast-paced aggression. Players from Team M42, they try and stop them dead on their tracks, try and take the fights even before they enter into side, which I don't think is a good idea, honestly, because you are going to lose it. 3 or 4 players trying to steamroll into you, you're never going to win a duel, you're never going to get away with kills, you know, get more than 1 kill over there, and you will be traded instantly. Instead, probably give the respect the Team EXO is demanding at this point. Probably give them the side, probably give them the position, and then go for a 5v5 proper retake with all your utilities dumped in. That could be a possible option. Here comes utility, and here comes the Rolling Thunder. Sam jumping on. connects one shot that was needed, but not really the second one. Ghost actually finds Sam. That's a 1-for-1 trade, but Stings
love
are
that.
in favor of Team EXO at this point. They have the side for themselves. They have shut down Team M42. Right now, the ball is in the court. Team M42 aggressive.
Yeah, this is where the fun is about to begin, or the fun could end as well. Venom maybe jumping down wasn't a good idea, but it's completely fine. Emo's right around the corner. He can easily go in for a kill. Maybe he's gonna be able to find on towards the face of Ghost, but Ghost, how are you still getting this? How are you still alive? But still, Emo, he just knows, man. He just knows. He's not even gonna do anything right there.
I
Still,
know
Ghost
exactly.
getting
He
defused.
might
He's
actually
going
get the
for it. He's
defuse.
gonna get the defuse. What? Oh my god! He walks away with it.
Team EXO! This was
They couldn't
your...
have done anything. They couldn't have done anything, dude. This was a massive outplay from the side of the defenders. Emo, he pushed his way forward. Ghost needed to get this kill. If Ghost didn't get it, it just wouldn't have worked. This was beautiful. You have to say that the setup from Rex to just place down that lockdown, he got what he got the thing that he needed. He just wanted to make space for Emo. Emo got the kill, and then he just stuck the defuse. The planning was beautiful on the side of that.
Absolutely. Emo also played down the time, right? He tried and stalled for as long as possible so that he doesn't really take a 1v1 against Ghost. Instead, he detains him and then takes that fight. So good stuff from him, honestly, over there. But Team EXO, this is one of the first rounds that they've lost in a very long time. Is their momentum gonna get shut down completely? We have a very early investment of the Hunter's Fury. Tags on one player. Will he get the kill though? Hyper already has one kill in his bag with the op. That means one player is down already. The attacking team for sure is struggling, but then all of them have actually made their way inside the B side. Excali will shut down Riggs. Good stuff from him. A 5v3 right now. And Emo is in the back lines. He will try and take away all the backstabs. A little miss over there, aggressive.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt them, but I guess it's fine. They still have a good amount of damage being done. Riggs. Oh, Ghost! You just did not pull off something like that. Hyper, he missed the shot as well. God, Ghost, he could pull off something insane, but Hyper's not gonna miss the second shot. Ghost! He is the dagger in the night. He's the Ghost for a reason, but against Hyper, I guess it's just not gonna work. He misses one shot, but he's not gonna miss his second. That's how good he is. 10 and 9 on the scorecards there, but at the same time, I kind of got scared there, Salty. I thought that
Just you?
insane was gonna happen.
Just you? I'm not really sure if it was just you. I mean, honestly, I thought that the Ghost kill was sort of recoil, but then I would like to think that it's more of a spray transfer, something like that. It's skill. Yeah, for me, it happens sometimes in game, and it's mostly recoil automatically, or probably the bullet spread. You're an immortal player. Who am I saying? Sorry for that.
It's not
Sorry.
a bullet spread. He would actually control the spray, and the spray control was good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't do it. It happens automatically in game for me. It's like an in-game feature.
It's an in-game feature.
But-
This is why I die to gold players more often than I die to one of the immortals. I understand now what really happens to me. But hey, Excali, he just knows exactly where Rix is gonna be. That's the game sense for you. It's acting up really well. And in a way, now Team EXO, they're at the advantageous position because now that Killjoy, they don't have that solid turret to give them that information that they need to go in for swings. But look at Excali's positioning. Excali's gonna be good, but Sam, he expects it, swings out and just pops Excali in the forehead. That's gonna be a 4 versus 4 situation. EXO, they're in a good spot.
What?
Whip! Oh no. Oh no.
One enemy remaining.
What?
Did
Did Blackhawk just make a full 180 turnaround from the seaside?
I'm not really sure.
We need to
This
see
is
the replays for
this
that.
is insane. This is insane. Honestly, the first thing that blew my mind was Hyper. In spite of his gun barrel being spotted, he was fast enough. Secondly, the fact that he got died over here, couldn't really retain the gun that he really wanted to. And thirdly, what was that quick triple frag coming in from Team EXO, right? Blackhawk got a second. Sai through the astral divide with a shock dart gets another one. They deny the diffuser wonderfully, and Team EXO, they're slowly but surely moving towards match point.
Thing is, that last round, Blackhawk went in for a full wraparound play from the A side, and then he pushed into the back. The astral divide was there. It masked his footsteps, allowing him to completely push in, and they had no idea that he was there. 3 kills for Blackhawk, and he's not going to be missing those as soon as he's in the back. Venom taking a good chunk of damage there, and Excali, he's going to be capitalizing on all of the commotion being made by his own Astra player. Goes spinning into that Astra roll so beautifully. Hyper's going to be good for 1 kill, but he's not going to be able to survive for long. And hey, Sai, he just knows. He doesn't want to go in for this swing. He does not want to give up this position. This position is just so crucial for him to keep here. Especially when you consider one of the players could be coming to pick up that gun. Honestly, Sai, such a giga brain on this man. He knows that, hey, they don't have guns to work with. They're going to be coming here straight into my crosshair. But still, look at this beautiful spray from Ghost. He's going to be able to line up 2 of them straight into that corner. Flashes are going to be good. And the utility usage is going to be strong from EXO, ladies and gentlemen. And M42, poor old emo. I guess it's just time to go into a corner and hide because you don't have money anymore. You have nothing to do. Just try and survive maybe for another second, but Sai, I guess he's gonna let you do that.
Not really. Wimp is there in the back lines. They have 2 ultimates ready. I guess they have more than 2. Yeah, they have 3 ultimates ready, Team EXO. 2 very important ones, including the Rolling Thunder as well as the Astral Divide. This could be the round which gives them the map. No doubt about it, because you look at the side of Team M42, I don't really think they're healthy. I mean, the economy doesn't look healthy at this point. They're on Judges, on Spectres, Marshal, and even Sheriff, and they're fighting off against a team that is not just a full buy, but also a big bank to work with. 3 ultimates. Now, I've seen teams pull off some outrageous eco victories. That could be a possibility, but then again, it's really a small percentage that is going to be a reality. Hyper, look at this though. He's pushing up. He actually catches Blackhawk off guard. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. Sam actually finds Excali. Win! So, finding the trade.
Ghost, he's just dinking people out into the open. He's gonna be able to survive, and the A side is now under their control. Both of these players, they don't have guns to work with. Like, honestly, Salty, I would say that it's possible if they had the guns, and maybe Venom's gonna be the first one to get that first initial pick up. It's gonna be good. And Venom, he could just make the impossible possible. Ghost is not gonna be looking in the right direction. The timing's gonna be working off against his favor. And somehow,
I've seen this too many times.
We're able to take this round.
I've seen this too many times.
We defend this place,
Yeah, I'm not surprised, aggressive. I'm not surprised. Teams, especially teams like Team EXO, I wouldn't really want to say that they underestimate teams on eco, but then again, teams on eco are really getting the ultra instinct out. They're like, all right, we have an eco round for us. It's sheriffs, it's specters, it's judges. We're gonna play dirty and we're gonna finish them off. It doesn't really matter how we get the kills, and somehow or the other that spirit just works. I just wish, or I just think, if a team could win an entire game on the basis of eco victories, considering teams perform so well in the eco rounds, but then again, Hyper in position. Team EXO, once again, I really want to see what they can build up from this, because they've invested 2 ultimates in the last round. They've invested the Rolling Thunder as well as the Astral Divide, and now they don't really have utility to work up with. Still want to get some information. They still want to get an entry into the side, but Venom as well as Hyper, they're perfectly in position.
It's just the way that they're playing. It's just the way that they're fighting. It's incredible to say the very least. Swinging around the corner, maybe they're going to be able to find something, but I think that's not going to be the case here. They're taking it slow, they're taking it steady, because Team EXO knows that their tendencies can lead them to lose out on a lot of the following rounds if they're not careful. But positionally, they need to try and bring things back on their own court. M42, they're holding. They know that it's Team EXO who need to make the mistakes. It's them who need to come in for a push against us. They don't have the utility to work with. Rix is gonna be able to dink out Blackhawk just a little bit, but Excali, a little bit too much of an overambitious push. That's gonna hurt him quite a lot, but it's completely fine and dandy because Hyper! He gets in and
This
shows
man
that
is
nobody's
getting all the
business. He's actually gonna pull up an ace. Hyper, he's just waiting, just swing out, get that kill, but poor old Hyper's just not gonna be able to get that ace. Blackhawk instead is just way too good in this situation. Gonna be able to find out one.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
just one kill Blackhawk. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, Rix. Rix! Just, are you serious?
Could have actually gone for the plan. Could have actually gone for the plan, man.
Oh, come on. Rix is just playing with a spoon there.
For sure, he's playing. For sure, he's playing. But then again, look at this. The team M42 from the grasp of death, they're actually coming back. This is no man's land at this point. 11-12 the scorecard. Team M42 getting 2 rounds back to back in a position where they're supposed to lose this game already. And Team EXO, wouldn't say they're taking things a little lightly. The first round that they lost in this 2-round consecutive was something which I would say they've taken it lightly. But this round, the last round, was pure class from M42's Hyper. Of course, once again, he does wield the big bag sniper rifle. But at this point, Excali is actually pushing up. Hyper knows exactly that Team EXO will try and return back to the default, which is going to be their mid-aggression. No information as of yet, but the dog is going to be able to find a little bit more. There's no flanks. There's nobody who is doing any funny business. At this point, it's just a 5-to-5 man push in the B side, and I'm pretty sure this entire building, this entire woodwork is going to come down because there's going to be a lot happening. Hyper comes up, but here comes Excali. He finds Hyper, but then Excali has been shut down. A lot of frags go, trades to for trade, and even Venom is with a Sai. My word, Sai is going to find another one in Team EXO. We clean things up. 13-11, the scorecard aggressive, and this has been some game.
That was just smooth, man. That was smooth as butter on that last round. Shots were being hit. Trades were coming down strongly as well. Not even a single beat was missed here, ladies and gentlemen. And that's exactly what you would have expected from such a top caliber team. But at the same time, M42, a really prominent effort from their side as well. You have to say that, hey, they played it super well. They played it really good. They were able to close out a lot of the rounds that they really wanted, with Hyper just hitting beautiful, crispy one-taps. But at the same time, you cannot always rely on your aim. Whenever you're trying to take an aim duel, it's always a 50-50. Sometimes your opponents are just going to be better than you and just tap you out of existence. It can happen. What you can always rely on is your strategy. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that and breaking it all down for you as we head on down over towards the match highlights, ladies and gentlemen. Taking down piece by piece, break it down step by step. Because right off the get-go, I saw that EXO, they just were falling apart because M42, they were pulling off a lot more of those unorthodox strategies. They were playing it slow, they were playing it smart, they were suddenly just rushing it down forward as well. Like, all of these factors really did come into play for M42 just being able to win out on a lot of those first initial rounds. And then Team EXO, they switched up their own strategies. They were a lot more aggressive. They were playing at off angles. They understood that, hey, if M42, they want to push into our sidelines, then we're just going to try and survive as much as we can because they have a read on us when it comes down to our defensive side. So it's all about trying to go in for those trade deals. If they're able to win out on the trades, we saw that EXO were able to take it all away. But the thing is, as soon as the slight swap happened, it was a 5-7 scoreline. Both of the teams played really well, and M42 just played a little bit better because they were able to get that plan underway and try to counteract Team EXO. But Team EXO on their attacking side, there was just so much more different. They had so much more dynamic plays on their end to work with, constantly switching up their play styles, constantly just going in for aggressive swings and making M42 very uncomfortable. I didn't see a single point of time where M42 just had a little bit of time to breathe when they were on defense. I personally believe that Team M42 just got a little bit of space to work with and were just not forced into a corner every time EXO went in for a push. They would have had a chance to hold it and take it onto overtime. But Team EXO, they didn't let off the gas pedal for even a second. And that's one of the prime reasons why Team EXO were able to take this map away.
And that's a playstyle. This is supposed to be Team EXO default. This is supposed to be their typical aggressive playstyle. We talked about how flamboyant this team is, and this is what you would expect, right? When I mentioned the defensive composition, when I mentioned Team M42 being defensively strong, I expected them to study this team and probably figure out an end to this attacking shenanigan that Team EXO is pulling forward. Then again, I feel like they did much better. They did much better than their games previously. 11 rounds against Team EXO, especially the ones where they won clutch. I really want to appreciate, because we talked about the individual caliber of the players, and now we have a living proof of why these players are out to be one of the best. But then again, it's not just about the players. As a team, though, just like you mentioned, Team M42, they were sweating bullets. They were sweating bullets, especially from the rounds where Team EXO started attacking. they were given no space, just like you mentioned. And every time Team M42 tried to stop them dead on their tracks, it just backfired for them. The only possible answer to that threat would probably be something, an approach which Team EXO did, right? They allowed them to give them that respect, and they try and go for a 5v5 retake or a 5v4 retake if possible. And with all the utility dumped in, with different agents clearing out corners for you and everybody checking your back, that retake could actually be possible. But you trying to stop a four-man steamroll rushing your way, that's never really going to happen, isn't it, Aggressive?
Yeah, it's just not the thing that you would want, especially when you consider the way that they're playing so many of their different engagements as well. Because I don't know, man. It felt like EXO, they were really strong, yes, but they made a lot of mistakes that M42 could have capitalized on, but it just was not happening. M42, they were second guessing themselves, not really taking the fights that you would have expected them to take. The aim game was on point. Like, you have to say, Salty, like their aim was just there, but
Exactly.
against the side of Team EXO, aim is not the thing that's going to win you out on a lot of your different engagements. You need to have that strong plan that's always going to give you something to lean back on. And right at the very end, it was Team M42 just dropping the ball. Yeah, they had their shots, they had their moments, but that's not what's going to win you a match. And hopefully in game number 2, they're going to be able to showcase something a little bit more different, showcase the plans that they had made, because in a way, I'm kind of worried. This was their home map, Salty, and
Yeah.
they lost on their home map.
Exactly. And that is one of the reasons why we thought that this could be a 2-0 victory for Team EXO, because next up we go to Split, which again is going to be their home turf. And Team EXO on Split is pretty ruthless. No real surprise that they win in the map of Haven, just because of the fact that their attacking prowess is just way too good. We'll look at the scoreboard again. 13-11 was a main scorecard, ladies and gentlemen. Sai was the MVP for the side of Team EXO with 23 frags, a great ACS of 293 and an econ rating of 77, but it doesn't really matter because you look at the opposition, there's nobody that even comes close in terms of that ACS, right? There's Sam, of course, with 253, but then there's already the Astra with 265. There's the Jet for the side of Team EXO with 210. All these players, they were just much more aggressive. Overall, Team EXO, they were just stupidly thumping Team M42 in their attacking side, and that is one of the reasons why they could actually make a comeback from that 75 scenario.
What's the difficult one? There's not much that you could have done to try and win this. They tried, but it just fell kind of short. And in a way, M42, I wouldn't say that this is a loss that they should take to heart, because in the long run, I would say this was a really good map for them. They just were not able to win at Team EXO. They just played it better. They have a lot more experience. They had a lot more time, to mesh together as a squad. And that's one of the prime reasons why they were able to take the map of Haven. So in a way, I should just say, brush out the loss, just head on down over onto map number 2 with a fresh mind. And speaking of map number 2, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to freshen ourselves up. We're going to get ourselves a can of Red Bull by scanning that QR code that's just right there. Make sure to scan that, get yourself a can of Red Bull. It's going to get delivered to your doorstep real soon as well. But for now, we're going to be heading on down over onto short break, and we're going to be back real soon with the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Ballistics and Crucial, after a short break.
from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Ballistics and Crucial, and our apparel partners are none other than 656. It's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by Salty once again. We are back on the caster's desk to bring you this incredible matchup. So let's head on down over towards the map video screen to see exactly what we're going to be headed into for the next map, because in a way, match number one, I guess it's fine, dude. Like, Salty, I wouldn't say things went really badly. I wouldn't say things were perfect, but it was right there. It was in the middle. It was not good. It was not bad. It was decent. I think that in a way, M42, they can just pat themselves on the back and be like, we did good against TEAMXO, so we don't have to worry about it. But now that they're going on a split is going to be a lot more of a different story. It's going to be a lot more difficult as well. Because in a way, split could go really well, or it could go really badly for them as well. Initially, we have seen Team M42 perform really well on split, but that's playing off of the mistakes being made by TEAMXO. And I'm really hoping that TEAMXO couldn't just bring something a little bit more different. And hey, the agent selection is going to get prepped up and ready soon enough here, Salty. So we're going to be jumping into that in just a little bit.
Exactly. I mean, just like you mentioned, I feel like Split is going to be the map where Team M42, they will be up against an asset dead. Let's see what type of composition they have to pick up in this map, honestly. We know TEAMXO's default composition, right? There's going to be Omen on Blackhawk. There's going to be a KG on Wimp. No surprises there. SI is going to play a KO. Excali is going to play the Raze in Coast. Might actually shift between a Jet or a Reyna. Doesn't really matter. On the other camp, though, we have a Sage, right? Ghost, in fact, is going to play the Sage, I remember. So if Ghost changes into a duelist, then that can cause problems for them. But as far as I can say, there is going to be a mid wall from both the side. Hyper is playing the Sage in this one. Rix is on the KJ. Emo has picked up the Raze as of yet, and Venom is going to play the Omen. Not really sure what Sam is going to pick up. I believe Sam is going to pick up his Jet or maybe a different agent. But right now, Ghost is just trolling us with Viper hovers or Reyna hovers, Jet hovers. What do you think?
He's just going to pick up his usual Sage. And Ghost, he always plays Sages on this map. It's nothing really out of the ordinary. In a way, like, not seeing the Jet on the map of Split, it's kind of normal. Why would you pick
Choose your
up Jet on
agent.
Split when Raze is a really strong pickup? You can also go in for something like a KO. And always to go in for, you should always go in for a position like that. So in that sense, let's just see what we can expect coming on down through from both of these squads. Both of them picking up a Raze here, especially with that breach pickup. I kind of am questioning what the breach is really trying to set up. Does it want its teammates to go in first? It's not easy to try and rush in behind breach flash, especially on the map of Split. That's why Jet is so crucial whenever you want to pick up this character. But with KO, it's a little bit more different. You can slowly set up your teammates because normally you're going in for pop flashes. Normally you're going in for flashes around multiple different corners. And hey, we don't have to speculate for long because the match is ready. We're going to be jumping straight into that immediately here. And today, I don't know. Could get interesting, but at the same time, do you know what I'm sad about? You see the shop in Split? Normally, there used to be a lot of PC setup here, just showcasing the VCT and how it's gonna look, and now it's back to boring old clothes.
Clothes aren't boring.
Clothes are.
Probably some clothes are, but then nonetheless, what isn't boring is going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be TEAMXO versus Team M42 once again. If you've tuned in just now, Haven didn't really go in M42's way. Blackhawk, though, will be pressured. TEAMXO being pushed back, and Team M42 trying to brute force their way in. They're going to fall back immediately because of the smokes. They're going to get the orb and will try and fall back. Look at this wall, though. Good wall, but Blackhawk, will he disrespect it and cross it?
In this sense, it would just be a working simulation, but no, M42, they're just walking around, and this is such an M42 strategy as well. Them just walking around at spawn, running around the did, and then going in for an execution down towards that A side. It could work, but I don't know, man. These are the type of setups that I really question from M42. But hey, they somehow make it work. Somehow make it good. But so man versus turret, and in this situation, man takes a little bit of damage before he is able to take out the turret. 52 HP on man. But man is not going to be able to survive for long because Sai, he's also another bot who's going to be the one to go in for those kills. And hey,
Spike
just get the
down
kills
A.
with the utility. Imagine shooting your gun in the game of Valorant. Abilities are not supposed to kill, they said.
I'm just gonna find you in troubled waters a little later, but Wimp, he's actually gonna find Hyper right now in a 1v4 situation. Ricks in front of 5 or 4 angry men, all of them chasing him with guns. They're gonna shoot him down, but aggressive, I'm gonna come back to you. A funny catch. Did you just say size of bot?
Hey, he's playing on a KO. I didn't mean it like that.
Exactly. I knew this is gonna happen. I knew you meant it differently, but I wanted to pull your leg, man. I understand.
It's KO. I meant it in the sense it's KO, dude. Please, Sai, please. I didn't mean it like that. I look up to you a lot as a player. Do not let salty's words hinge on anything.
Man, I'm really salty at this point. Nonetheless.
I know, I'm the one who's salty. Why should you be salty? And it seems like Ghost is gonna be a little bit salty as well. Sai's gonna be coming in to showcase that he's not what you're saying that he is. You're the one employing it, not me. And Excali just slaps Rix in the face with a couple of bullets from that Spectre. 2.0 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, I'm still reading back from what you just said. Why, dude?
Alright, let's just move on. I'll try and think of another punchline sometime later on. I actually got Universe off guard as well in the first game, and now it's you. I'll try and pick my pieces. TEAMXO though. Right now they're picking their pieces up against Team M42. First 2 rounds, but we've seen that the first round leads, generally the initial game leads, don't really make fruitful. I mean, look at this though, Excali once again disrespecting all those utility, just pushing forward and getting a frag and then going away with murder. Fragment is going to deny any sort of push coming in from M42. They are on the back line. It's supposed to be a 3v4, but Blackhawk is still dealing against Hyper through the smoke. My man, it's sweet shot. 4v2 right now. Team M42 Half-Blood Princes with the full buy. This isn't really going the way they planned. Here comes the turret, or according to Aggressive, a bot.
Yeah, I'm never gonna let that. I'm never gonna be able to live this one down, but it's completely fine. Don't really worry about it. Because he's gonna be the one to maybe go in for that kill, but instead it's gonna be Excali being the one to shut it down. A very beautiful bonus round from their side. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's 3-0 on the scorecards. They're just gonna be able to hit the ball. It's gonna be a possible 4-0 because hey, it's another eco round, and you know for a fact that eco rounds on the map of Split are very notorious to end up really badly if you're on the attacking side. On the defense, yeah, it's possible, but it's just not.
I mean, unless you're TEAMXO, you can just you can't just win every single round on Split, right? If it would have been TEAMXO, I would have kind of fancied them winning this one, but right now they look formidable. They have the guns to work with. Venom, he's gonna fall back because of the fragment. Emo is gonna fall back as well. Sai, look at the amount of confidence they have. They are breaching the mid territory, they're breaching the mid line, and they are moving even forward. They get 2 kills on the back of it. Emo will be pushed even further back. Sam has been completely shut down from side because of the smoke.
What?
Rix is gonna find Wim at least
Spike down,
1
B.
frag
Did
for
you
the
just
M42
slide
camp.
into his DMs and just slap him in the body twice to take him out? Like, what was that?
I'm not really sure about the sliding, but for sure he slapped his head out of his body.
One enemy
He's
remaining.
gonna find another one. It's gonna shut down Emo. There's an unhealthy Rix that's coming in to fight him. 17 HP to work with and 4 players.
It's just that.
We all knew the outcome, right?
Yeah, there's not gonna be much to do there. They're gonna get taken down, and it's just what's gonna happen. 4-0 on the scorecards here, ladies and gentlemen. And that's another round for them, but in a way, this is where the real fun is about to begin. It's 4-0. Excali hasn't died twice. That hasn't even died once, sorry. And they're all 1 point away from a lot of their main ultimates. You're gonna get the revive and also the showstopper. The showstopper will be a massive key importance in these fights, but oh god! Ooh, Rix with that operator is going to be able to get that tag, but he's just not going to be able to get that kill. But Rix, do not play with fire. You just need to play it slow. You just need to play it steady. But Excali could just be on the receiving end of a lot of damage here if he's not careful. Hyper is going to be the one to get a kill on towards the side of Blackhawk, who swung out of the smoke. A little bit questionable from his side, but it's fine. Nothing to really worry about.
Once again, look at the amount of respect that Team M42 has been given. All three players, they have huddled up outside the mid area, but then they're still waiting for clearance. They're still waiting, and Excali's in the backlines already. He's gonna pinch them from behind. Here comes Sai. He spots one down. Sam is already down, but then it's the pain shield that actually does the job. Venom, what can he possibly do? He does have the teleports. Can he pull something off magical?
Oh, go!
Breaks. The op doesn't really seeing Venom in the backline. Sai, not really expecting that. What? I almost thought that he would. But Venom, he actually converts his game. He probably can, but then he's waiting for players to come to him. The spike is there on Team M42, and this is exactly where Venom is going to come into play. But if the spike goes down on the B side, it basically means that Team EXO is going to come at them, and Venom will be the first man to take contact. Excali will be back, resurrected. Venom knows exactly where he eliminated him. Smoke comes in, his position has been given. A little tap, a little flash as well. And here comes a showstopper. Deadly Excali, but Hyper's gonna shut him down. Ghost, a trade for him, a 1v1. Heals himself up, but won't really stabilize himself on time. The clock is ticking, and Venom is playing in time. It's your favorite streamer, ladies and gentlemen. It's your favorite player up against a new young gun that's gonna be EXO's Ghost.
This is where it all goes down. This is where it all falls apart as well. But
whoa, what a clutch!
Ghost was too close. Ghost's crosshair was right on Venom's head. Just needed 1 extra millisecond to make that one work for him, but he's just not gonna be able to find it. 4-1 on the scorecards here, ladies and gentlemen. Venom with the clutch. He's gonna be able to play it slow. He's gonna be able to play it smart. But at the same time, Excali getting a little bit too over ambitious, I would say, with that showstopper. But it's fine. 4-1 on the scorecard, still a lot of money to work with. The side of EXO, they can just reset, recollect themselves, go for another round.
The idea was good on the showstopper. I felt like he knew that the flash came in from real close, and he could have got them off guard, especially with the showstopper through the smoke itself. But yeah, it didn't really pan out, especially because of the close corners, right? Split with their close corners, it offers the damage radius is greatly reduced. Once again, Sai will be the first form of contact. All these players are funneling in. Sai won't really be able to find a kill. Excali finds 1, but M42 they find 3. Team M42, they've got so much clearance on the B main area, the mid as well as Heaven's area. Blackhawk, sneaky little pig once again. From the shadows, not literally, but through the dark shadows of the smoke. Finds 2 kills. It's 2v2 right now. Rakes once again finding Wim. Wim not really hitting the mark. Not really like him.
Ooh,
Oh no, he's unaware.
Oh, he's not going there though. If he picked up that ultimate point, I would be like, why? But it's completely fine. Nothing to really worry about. Hyper just doesn't want to go from the top end yet. But Blackhawk, he knows what's up. He should be able to catch out Rix if he's able to go in for this push. They're just waiting. They're just chilling.
30 seconds left.
They want to play it slow. They want to play it steady. But with only 30 seconds left on the clock, the timing should be in the favor of Rix. Rix should be able to get a free kill for himself. He should know. There's no way. Oh no, Rix! He gets the mark! Blackhawk gets the clutch! What? No. M42, that's not how you do it. That's not how this game is meant to be played. Rix! You should know the spike's on top mid! He's gonna spot it. He's gonna stay there. He was not ready for a fight?
No clue, man. Honestly, no clue. Team M42 though, their economy is the dumpsters, and they are resorting to pistols at this point. Emo, especially with the raise, can do a lot of damage with the charge. But then we've seen Team M42 win eco rounds, right? It's not the first time they win eco rounds when they are when their backs are against the wall, when it's match point for the opposition. They can always change these situations for them. This does come inside, misses the shot barely, but all these players are gonna come funnel in towards Heavens. They're all in ramps. Excali with all the information in the world. The pain shield does come out. Ghost sprays 1 man down. Excali's gonna push forward, disrespecting all the opposition once again. Sam Wow, taps away goes, but Excali seeks revenge.
Ooh, he's just like, do I shoot or not to shoot? Shoot or not to shoot?
Yes.
He's like, nope, I'm not gonna shoot, not just yet. But ooh, that was a good job by not shooting that. So I'm able to walk on away. I'll give any form of information as well. Still,
Venom trying to be a diversion at this point.
Venom's trying, but they know. They know for a fact that they're going over towards that side. Excali's just gonna hold it. He has nothing to worry about.
No.
Ooh, that one's gonna be good, but still positionally, Excali's just in a better spot.
Oh!
Bro, what was that? That was such an awkward
30 seconds
situation.
left.
People just threw out that showstopper. Excali's like, no, I'm gonna dodge it. I'm not gonna shoot him. Who needs to one-tap someone when I can just dodge out of the situation? But Evo's like, do you think I don't know you can dodge? I can dodge as well. I can do whatever I want. A bit of a comical situation there. And hey, Sai, he's just trying to go in for a kill. I have no clue what is happening.
Okay.
Hey, just kill him with a knife. Just kill him with a knife. Just kill him with a knife.
Well, all these guys having fun on the server. 6-1 the scoreline, TEAMXO. For sure, they're the ones who are having fun. I'm not really sure if Team M42 is having the fair share of fun as well. It's all smiles on their faces, but deep down, what do you think, Aggressive? They are probably gutted.
I'm just... I just can't. I'm just still trying to process everything that happened in that last round, but... It's fine. It's fine, because you can see if situations like this happen, then it's completely fine. Hyper swings out, gets a beautiful kill on towards the face of Sai. It's gonna be able to shut him down, but I don't know how much I like this. Is this like super high level tactics, putting a smoke on Excali sitting on top of a very common off angle? I guess these are a lot of the shenanigans that TEAMXO were pulling that's getting them the round win. Hey, who am I to judge? If they're able to get round wins off of it, come on. Just show me all of the strategies that you have.
Team M42 yet to make an entry. It's supposed to be a wait, wall Blackhawk, that's criminal. Venom will be destroyed over there. He did find a kill onto Excali, but that's about it. That's what she wrote for him. It's a 3v3 right now. Wimp is in prime position. He knows exactly where these players are going to funnel in from. Team M42, they have a variation. The Rolling Thunder doesn't actually catch Rix. Doesn't actually catch Wimp though, and Rix is going to find the frag.
30 seconds left.
Oh man.
This is not how it's gonna go. This is not how it works. They need to find something a little bit more different here. Positionally, they're gonna be going in for a swing here. Blackhawk should be good for one kill, but it's not even gonna be able to find that. Not just yet. The attacker said kill your ultimate has been placed. Shots are gonna be taken, but they're still gonna be able to run on away and just try and survive for a little while longer. So much time has been wasted. They need to go in quickly. Sam, they need to take him out almost immediately here as well. He's holding from the screens, but on that spot, not just yet. Blackhawk.
Not always.
He's gonna be able to go in. Blackhawk's gonna miss that shot. That's gonna hurt him quite a bit, but still, hey, right at the very end, M42, they're gonna be able to survive. The nerves acting up quite a lot on the side of TEAMXO. They're not gonna be able to find that round, but it's fine. Don't really worry about it. Just one round, just one drop in the ocean. 4 more to go. M42. They need to bring it on back. Slowly but surely, they need to make those drops count and turn it into an entire mission themselves.
Not really sure Aggressive, but I thought this was supposed to be obvious. The fact that Blackhawk deployed the smoke as well as tried to, shroud step inside the smoke itself. They had the breach looking at him, but then after a certain point, he was like, all right, just let him be. And Venom did this too as well against Sai, right? And even he was caught off guard. So not really sure why these players aren't checking Omen default attacks. But then again, nonetheless, we are at 6-2 after a lot of time, after a lot of struggles. Team M42 finally find their mojo back, and they got one round. Once again, they eliminate Blackhawk, which basically means the defender side is without smokes at this point. They get down, they get rid of Ghost as well. No mid wall for you. They have the side in control. Sai will be under a lot of pressure. There's one player with a Vandal, but he eliminates him with a classic. This is his class.
It's gonna be able to do a lot there, but at the same time, the side's in full control of the side of the attackers. one person's on the flank as well. They need to worry about him. Breaks. He's that boogeyman that you just do not want under your bed. He's slowly but surely making his way up to try and take them out, but still, Venom's gonna be good for one. Excali's gonna be shut down another one at the bare minimum, but Rex comes in right in the nick of time. He must shut down the player that is gonna be causing the most problem. Excali's no longer in this equation, and Sai, he just needs to save his gun. He's gonna run on away, trying to maybe pick up his operator, but he swapped out his operator already. He's just saving a Vandal for himself. That's all that he's gonna get. And this Vandal in the following round, if it is able to sing, maybe they're going to be able to get something, but in general, this is a hero Vandal. Everyone else, they're not going to have enough money to go in for proper buys.
Yeah, pretty much. Wimp is actually buying a Phantom for himself, but he has to compromise with a light shield. Or are they going in for full save? It's Excali who is actually picking up the weapon for himself. Or are they? I'm not really sure. They are switching weapons pretty frequently. They have judges right now. They have sheriffs. They have 3 sheriffs, 4 light shields, 1 judge, and 1 band, which effectively is a very light buy. TEAMXO though. This is going to be one opportunity for Team M42 to solidify the comeback, isn't it? Aggressive. Like, if they win this one, they automatically get to 6-4.
Ooh, Sam,
Expecting them to win one more, and it could actually be 7-5 half, which is pretty decent, especially against Team EXO on defense.
I completely agree, because this is a very defender-sided map. And the fact that they're able to get a 7-5 score line, I would say it's perfect. They don't have anything to worry about here, but it feels like Sai could be the damper to a lot of their plans here. He's holding down to his ultimate as well. And that...
They have 3 ultimates
just
available.
either make it or break it for them. He's right around the corner. Sai's gonna know, but Sai's crosshair placement is just not gonna be there. He wasn't expecting Emo to be there completely. He just checked it out of habit, but just not ready for a fight. Blackhawk's gonna totally miss out on his shots as well. With that, they just have full control. Nothing that they can do. One by one, they're just picking them off here. And Wimp,
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
there's nothing that he can do. He's just maybe get 1 kill, maybe get a kill on his twin sister, but spots him out. But Rix, he's gonna play a couple of mind games once again. Yeah, come on, shoot me, chase me. Rix is like, come on, chase me, I dare you. You want to take this fight? Come on, go in for it.
I mean, aggressive, it's actually funny how Team M42 played this out, right? They spread themselves out very thin. They try and take individual duels on... I mean, poor guy Wim, but... Look at this, Team M42, they spread themselves up, they try and hit the A side, they try and hit mid, they try and lurk around B as well, and they take individual fights in every single part of the map, right? And they win most of the duels. Of course, there is a weaponry disadvantage on the side of Team EXO, but then you look at things, how Team M42 played this round, this could actually work in their buy rounds as well, in the buy rounds where Team EXO have all the weapons. But instead, in buy rounds, Team M42 start, clutching up, they start huddling outside of one small entrance and try to brute force their way in. Do you think, like, if they spread themselves out and if they thin out the EXO defense, it could possibly work their way? Because for sure, huddling out is not really working. Wim is gonna find Emo once again. No slow approach. They try and brute force their way in, satcheling away towards Ram and not really getting a result. Sam is gonna follow his tracks and he's gonna find Sai. Sai does have an ultimate available. They have 4 ultimates available, actually, Team EXO. This is one good round where they can defend and probably make it a 7th round for themselves. And Risks has been taken down already. And here comes a showstopper. Excali might actually spot down Venom. He will definitely check the angle. No, wait, no, he doesn't check it. Venom, he completely disrespects him.
Beautiful.
Big brain move from the Red Bull athlete. This is why you should have some Red Bull in your tank, ladies and gentlemen. Team M42, Venom, scan the QR code. But Venom, in a 1v3 situation, this is going to be difficult for him to isolate all the frags. His position will be revealed for sure. His abilities will be suppressed. And with the frag, but he's like, nah, I don't need to use my guns. But for sure, it was a pretty good move. It was like an Omen highlight for sure. Yeah, but finally it was Team EXO. It had to be Team EXO.
Yeah, it was gonna happen. But I would say personally, a really good try from the side of Team M42. They were able to get a
Last
couple of the
round
kills,
before the
and
switch.
it was Venom being able to pull off a miracle there, having beautiful trigger discipline on his side to work with, swings out of the corner, gets a beautiful shot, gets that 2K for a squad, and also gets the plan down. So in a way, they have enough money to go in for a buy. Like, that's the primary thing. To go into the last round with the proper buy, they could even pick themselves up an operator, drop the operator, and just switch back to a different gun. But for the side of TEAMXO, the story is a little bit more different. They are rolling out on a couple of their rounds, yes, but they won out on their rounds so scrappily that they don't have a lot of buys to work with. Excali's being forced to pick up a bulldog. That's how bad the situation is for them.
TEAMXO being pushed back, Venom in the back lines. He finds Blackhawk, which should have been very predictable. Ghost actually trades him out. It's 4v4 right now. They're finding their way into side, and Sai being completely bamboozled over there. TEAMXO, they're not really winning these duels, which should go in their way, but Excali can actually make a difference. It's a 2v2. Surprisingly, it's a Raze versus Raze and a KJ versus KJ. Emo trying to fake plant over there, trying to bring out Excali from his habitat. And here comes Rix, who is just going to shut him down. Wimp has a lockdown available, but I don't really think it's going to go down already. Wimp shuts down Rix. Here is Emo. He knows exactly where he is. A spray! Misses a lot of the shots, but finally Wimp finds a frag. TEAMXO, they make it 8-4. And here comes the tricky part. Like 8-4, a comeback for M42 is highly unlikely, isn't it?
I had to focus for a second.
Ooh, that's gotta be the
Switching
situation
sides.
that you wanted to be in. But 8-4, man. I don't think that TEAMXO, they could have asked for anything better. They're gonna move on to their own attacking side. They're gonna be happy. Yeah, a 9-3, a 10-2, a 12-0. They're always on the cards. But the most optimum point for any match is that 8-4 scoreline. This is a scoreline that you can expect.
Realistic, in fact.
Yeah, it's the most realistic scoreline. The most hopeful scoreline for both sides is a 7-5. Like, that has a high chance of happening.
Stalemate.
A lot of comebacks can happen. Yeah, the perfect names. Like, honestly speaking, like, come on, you do the names from now on. I'm just gonna do the statements. I'm still wondering why you couldn't give Universe the name of the random thing that he was trying to swing around in his hand.
I was like, all right, just all right. We'll continue the discussion later on because TEAMXO is already on the attack, and we know that they do this fast.
Oh my
Venom.
god!
Oh my god! He's gonna shut down Excali. Take it. Take a taste of your own medicine. Ghost is gonna push through though. Venom all by himself. What? Venom all by himself. This man has had cans of Red Bull, cartons of Red Bull. Sam though is gonna push forward, disrespecting the wall. Wimp, second frag for him. The 3v3 right now. KJ and Sage on either side still alive. There's one smoke available for the attacking team. A long distance duel, and Wimp is gonna win one. 2v3 right now. A lot. Hyper actually falls down from heavens. Ghost is gonna shut him down. Blackhawk is gonna add it up. 94 the scoreline, aggressive. And here it goes. TEAMXO once again steamrolling their way in. Coming back to your topic, Universe and his name. I wanted to see that expression actually. I wanted him to struggle with the name and then eventually give it up, because trust me, that man was frustrated with the game. He was absolutely done for throughout the game, and I knew there's going to be something coming up, and that was the most absurd expression that could have come in from him. Trust me.
This is what happens when you don't get yourself a can of Red Bull, ladies and gentlemen. Don't make the same mistake as Universe. Get yourself a can of Red Bull. Scan that QR code. Get yourself energized and ready, because if you want to play like Venom, if you want to hit those long-range classic right-click one-taps, hey, we got you covered. Don't really worry about it, Venom. He's walking around. Inside, look behind you. What?
Time and time again,
This guy
HP for this
is
man.
literally brimming with the Red Bull, man. His bloodstream is made of Red Bull. There's no way that he gets away with something like that. Are you serious? He just jumps down, runs in front of a turret, and somehow kills Sai, and then just walks away.
Man, trust me, like, his blood is caffeine at this point, and his veins have Red Bull running through them. I can't imagine a guy, an omen, a controller for the team playing so risky, but then eventually it's just paying out for him, especially as a single player. For the team though, Team EXO, they've been performing brilliantly, and that's what you would expect with them on the attacking side. There's no stopping Team EXO, especially on the home turf on the map of Split. They love to attack this map. They love those close quarter combats. They love to take the fight to the opposition. And Team M42, they are overwhelmed. They were overwhelmed the last map as well, and they're overwhelmed right now. Excali pushes forward, no fear of death. The grenade does come in. Sai, no vision for him. Emo is just gonna tap away 2 players, 3v4 right now. Aggressive once again.
Just gotta say that this is how beautiful they can be, but at the same time, Blackhawk, he's gonna be able to step up massively from his own accord as well, being able to shut down Sam versus.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, that's
Spike
gonna hurt.
down,
That
mid.
is gonna hurt. That's gonna be a 3 versus 2, make it a 2 versus 1 situation. When he's in a really good spot, I would say. Maybe he can find a couple of kills for himself. Maybe he can push himself up in towards the side of mid, because I'm very sure that Ghost gave the call out that, hey, the spike's on mid. You can't just hold here. You can't just hold on to that spike. There's nothing to really worry about. Wimp's gonna be swinging out. Spots out Emo.
Beautiful.
And he should know. One person's in the back, one person's in the front. And now he's able to pick up that spike. He's gonna be able to get into a beautiful position for himself.
30 seconds
Man's gonna
left.
go down. But still, Drix already knows what's up. He's not gonna make that same mistake twice. Wimp!
Enemy remaining.
He's gonna swing Emo. He's gonna be able to get that shot on the Emo. 1 versus 1 situation. Rex versus Wimp. Who's the better killjoy? Let's see. Turret has been placed from Rex on towards the right hand side. He's gonna be able to clear that one out at the bare minimum. But still, the placement from Wimp is just too good. 2 clutches in a row against the exact same people. Last time around, it was also Emo and Rex. This time around, it's also Emo and Rex. And Wimp, he is showing exactly why he's the clutch minister for the side of Team EXO here, ladies and gentlemen. This guy deserves to take a bow.
Quad kills after quad kills. This man has been immaculate with the KJ. Look at his positioning. He deploys that lockdown, secures the spike, isolates this fight brilliantly. That fight could have gone so differently if he hadn't placed his turret in that strategic position that denied one player from pushing up onto him while he was planting the spike. He isolated him brilliantly, and the amount of composure that he has, the mental fortitude. We move on to the next round where Hyper starts things up with 2 frags of his own. Rix adds on to him. Wimp will get 1, but Hyper is going to close things out. A real quick round. Team EXO just took Team M42 for granted. They try and brute force. They just didn't brute force. They tried to flew into Site A, which of course doesn't really happen in a game like this. You're going to get shut down. The shutters were down and the shops were closed. And Team M42, they replied in kind, but they need to do a lot. They were banging on the shutters, like, please open the store. But hey, again, it's still dark times for Team M42. Honestly, 11-5. They need a lot more of these rounds to even come close to Team EXO at this point.
I thought you were gonna put in the insert, let me in me, but hey, that's just not what's gonna happen. Poor old Sai, he also gets blinded by the light. He's just not gonna be able to survive there. Gets caught out. Run on away. But 11-5.
Is it a hero vandal by yes?
And Wimp is going for that hero vandal. Maybe he can make it work. That's the first initial kill. He's feeling himself, but he's not gonna be feeling himself enough. The gun is gonna get picked up by Ghost at the bare minimum. Just 1 kill, Ghost. Just 1. If you're able to find this, it's gonna be beautiful for you. He's able to go in for a revive as well. Nothing to really worry about. Just go in for that revive. Play it. So just try and survive. Poor old Ghost. He had a wall. That wall would have been clutch, but that revive just couldn't come on down through. Ouch.
Timing is
Under the pressure.
important. The timing is important. Nice, Kali. At this point, he doesn't really have a lot of options. 63 HP, a 1v3 clutch. Not really alien to him, is it? Look at his movement, though. This man is swift. This man is fast. He does not have any fear. Shuts down Venom like it's nothing, but then Rix in the back lines. He's gonna find Excali in the back of his head. 6th round for Team M42, and they're slowly crawling back. They're creeping back into this game, but Team EXO, it was just sneak around, nothing really to worry about. They can still close this shop out. You can see the dates, right? It's Monday 9-16, Tuesday 9-16, Sunday it's open from 8 to 12. And I believe Team EXO feel like it's going to be a Sunday, and we want to close the shop real quick.
I swear to God, Salty, that has to be the best casting segue that I've heard in a really long time. I'm just gonna give you that, dude. I didn't expect that to happen. I was looking at my second monitor for a second because I wanted to check out the replay, and then suddenly I look back and you're like, okay. I'm like so. I'm gonna give it to you, man. That has got to be the best casting segue that I've ever.
Enough of race for me. Just go off some TEAMXO style because they've already made their way towards heavens. A counter wall to a wall. It's interesting, but where are they going to go from now? Sam is inside and he hasn't been neutralized as of yet. It shouldn't really be that difficult, but then Sam will be pressured. He can get a few kills, he can get away with a few, but Excali is going to deny him that.
Blackhawk
comes in from behind once again. Yes, every single time he's in the back line.
Spike planted.
Blackhawk's playing with fire. Blackhawk just running away. Walk away from this fight. Walk away, my man. You don't deserve to die here, especially after the kill that you did get. And hey, M42, they know this is an impossible retake. Just run on away, save all 3 of those guns because there's a possibility maybe that you're going to be able to go for a possible comeback moving on down the line here. It's good. It's strong. Let's just see what we can expect from them now. It's still an 11-6. Still a place that they can find something here. But Blackhawk, he invested the ultimate to try and kill them here. But this investment, maybe it was a little bit too foolhardy because he's not able to find out their position, and there's an alarm bot right below him, swinging out. He's gonna be good for 1 kill, but it's not gonna be able to be good for the second. But it's fine. This is all about the eco damage. The more guns that you're able to take away from them, the worse their buys are gonna be moving on down the line. But 2 guns have been saved, and the operator is safe as well. They're gonna be able to go in for a buy regardless, and now it's match point for the side of TEAMXO.
Look at this. TEAMXO, they struggled in the eco rounds, and we just thought the team M42 might actually get their mojo back. But as soon as they buy the weapons, this team is like a different unit. It's like Panzer in Vice City. Like, there's nobody who can stop you.
How do you try to get this round away? I think
Like this?
With the first initial operator kill, Hyper just answered my question. Thank you. Hyper, you would be a really good teacher, not gonna lie.
Then again, it's still not done. 4v5, this can still happen. And Blackhawk, he knows exactly where the operator is going to reposition himself. The flash does come in, and here is the pressure. Once again, they're going to try and force away these players from Team M42 away from heaven. Blackhawk is just going to walk onto Rix and shut him down. Once again, the wall is up, and Hyper will try and defend it from the backlines. Emo is already in the backstab, but I don't really think it's going to be very fruitful because they have so much control, and they're going towards vent rooms this time around. This can be a perfect B execute. If not, they give away their kills to the backstab.
Now, positionally, you know for a fact that EXO, they're in a good spot, but they're waiting for way too long. This is gonna be a problem. They're gonna go in for a wraparound rotation down towards that B side. They're going straight into the crossfires of Venom, and Venom just knows. Venom just doesn't want to take this fight. Venom's now gonna go for the swing, but oh, you gotta give it to Wimp, man. Wimp had the big brain gameplay, and Blackhawk, he has a little bit of his own big brain coming on down through. Blackhawk, he wants to take that fight, but Venom's not having any of that. He's not going in for it. That's just not how it's gonna work out. Wimp's gonna get caught out by Emo on towards the back end. Blackhawk, it's all up to you. He gets that first initial kill. He has the entirety of the tunnels under his control, but Hyper, him on this operator, he just doesn't miss his shot. He doesn't skip a beat. But Ghost, it's all up to you now. Ghost, you cannot miss this. He's gonna miss it, and Blackhawk's gonna die. Another round on the board, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of M42. They're still in the running here, but for how long is the real question, because they need to win 5 more rounds to make it even Steven, which force it onto an over.
Desperate times for Team M42, and desperate times call for desperate measures. You looked at the way M42 went about with the retake. There was Emo on the backstab. There was Venom who was trying to kind of resist their plan from happening. Blackhawk trying to, double fake them, trying to, go through the wall and everything. Like, everything just panned out, and there was not a moment in that round when I could actually properly breathe. It was just so intense, and that is something which you expect from a round like this. In spite of that happening, Team M42, they're not on the driver's seat. To be honest, Wimp will try and continuously take this duel against the Sage over there. A lot of damage. Blackhawk not surviving anymore. That basically means that the Smoker is out already. The ultimate invested from Sai, and I guess this is going to be the time where Team EXO try and push up. But Hyper does have the operator to work with. He changes up his weapon, but 3 players still survive. At this point, I guess a lot is going to depend on Sam. He's going to get isolated and exterminated. Ghost gets 2 of his own. Hyper is still alive, and his operator is still up and running. The Spike is going to go down, but do they have the measures to defend it? Venom is coming in from the back line. This is crucial, but they know exactly where Venom is going to be. No ultimates available. Not a lot of utility available. It is going to be a gun game. It is going to be a gun retake. Team M42 for survival. Team EXO to clean things up. Venom as well as Emo. They kind of give away the position, and Ghost is aware. They know Hyper is in B main. They know all these players are gonna funnel in. Ghost, perfect, but a 1-for-1 trade. Hyper is gonna add up, but Sai's gonna peek out. Will he get one? Yes, he does get one. He's gonna get second one. Not really. It's a 1v1. The Nano Swarm is deployed. Hyper has so much work to do, and Wimp is just playing a big brain move, using the Nano Swarms to take away Team M42. As soon as the spike detonates, Team M42 will be down and out. Team EXO, they get 1 victory to their name. 1 more, in fact.
It's a 2-1-0. Simple as that. Team EXO, they played out of their minds. This is why Split is their home map. This is why Split is the place where they always take all the top caliber teams to. They're not even gonna lose out for even a second. This is how good they are, ladies and gentlemen. This is how strong they can be. We give them a chance to breathe. And in a way, M42, they are a lot more of a better squad. They're hitting a lot more of their shots. They're able to do a lot more here as well. But once again, team play and coordination, they're way too slow in the way that they're trying to take a lot of the control. Like, some of the rounds were just being given away towards the hands of Team EXO. It was being served to them on a silver platter, and Team EXO, they were just eating it all up. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that with the visual representation as we head on down over towards the match highlights, because in a way, this is not what I expected from M42. I would expect a little bit more of a systematic play, and the systematic play was there, yeah. But the thing is, you were going in for those same systematic plays over and over and over again. There were adaptations, there were fast rushes, but it could have just been a little bit more better. EXO, they did their homework this time. They were not caught off guard by a lot of the strategies being employed by M42. And in a way, ladies and gentlemen, back at home, I would say that M42, they played it really well. For being a brand new roster, for playing the thing that they're playing right now, this is not bad. It's good. They're improving.
Exactly.
But they need a lot more time. And the improvements are going to take a while, yes, but you need to win as well to keep yourselves relevant throughout the entire tournament. You've already lost out on 2 of your matches on a 2-0 scoreline. You don't even have a single point on the board. How much can you rely on your improvements down the line? Because now you only have 5 more games remaining, and you need to win all 5 to have a damn near any chance of trying to head on down over into playoffs.
Absolutely true. I guess Team M42 for sure, there is going to be a lot that they need to work on. But then something which I liked about Team M42 was their defense when Team EXO were attacking ruthlessly. Their potential to find holes in the attack and try and put themselves in the back lines and go for a backstab was really good. I feel like Emo as well as Venom were doing a very good job. We're doing a darn good job. Couple it up with Rix with his KG utility, he was doing good stuff. But Team EXO, they were just better on this map. They were systematically better. Their systematic chaos means melody in a map split. And when that happens, when you have melody in your chaos, then there's nothing that can really stop you, right? Team EXO, they are made for this map of split, and it's really difficult to stop them. But then again, the fact that Team M42 continuously spot down holes in that attack and found themselves in the back lines, put themselves in a position where they could actually go for a retake, it's appreciable. And also the fact that they aggressive was more of a trade game, right? It was mostly trades happening here and there. Team EXO, they were coming on top of the trades, but then Team M42, credits where it's due, because not every team can actually take on Team EXO in a trade game, right?
Yeah,
especially after the addition of Ghost. They always have that backup fragger who can who can get those heads, who can click those heads. Of course, Team EXO, they're going to have better numbers in
Dude,
terms of the
Wim,
kills
man.
department, 20, 20, 17, 16, 7. It's a little bleak on the side of Team M42, but at least they have uh, they put up a decent fight. That's to say the very least. In Haven, it was close. In Split, it wasn't really close on the scorecard, but it was a good fight. And the map of Haven, it was chaotic. It felt like yes, Team M42 is struggling, but then they were getting rounds on the back of some amazing individual plays, some amazing outplays that we got to see from certain individuals. But in the map of Split, it was more like a team effort from Team M42 in the final third of the game. Just couldn't really close out a lot of rounds. It came down to a lot of 1v1s aggressive, and you
Yeah.
can't really forget the fact that it could go either way. But Team EXO, they were on the winning side of most of the things, especially with Wim getting
Yeah,
multiple clutches
dude.
under his belt.
Wim getting 4Ks like that should not have happened, especially in those 1 versus 2 situations. Wim was just running circles around Emo and Riggs. Just showcased that he was the better killjoy in a lot of those fights, and the confidence factor really was affecting M42. And the main thing that I really want to highlight as well here, Salty, is that why are they so spread apart when it's those clutch situations? One guy's sitting on a garage, another one sitting on heaven. It's not tradable. There is no situation where you can count on trades in those type of fights. And in this situation, M42, they just started falling apart, especially when it came down to those 1vx, 2vx situations. They could have done so much more. We saw a very different M42 on the map of Haven. They were able to take a lot more of those fights portably, and it felt like on Split, they were just kind of iffy. They didn't know what to expect. They didn't know where to go. They tried their hardest, but they just fell apart because, the experience factor was just not there. TEAMXO, they're a lot more experienced, that they're a lot more calm under the pressure. And hey, Venom, he was just having fun, man. Running around with his classic, just popping heads, taking fights as much as he possibly can. And in that sense, TEAMXO, yeah, they were bound to take this win, but I would say that good effort from M42. It's not like they got completely wiped out because of a landslide. It was fine. It was good. But on a 13-11 scoreline to take out map number 1 and a 13-7 to take out map number 2. TEAMXO, congratulations towards their side to take it all away. They're going to be heading on down forward with another win under their belt.
Absolutely. But that being said, I feel like Team M42, just like you mentioned, there is going to be a learning curve that's going to come through. If not this tournament, probably the next one. For sure, they are one side which is supposed to fight for the playoffs. But if not, I believe they are going to retain their slots for the very least. I don't believe that they're going to get relegated because the performances against a lot of teams is yet to come. And I feel like they're getting better every day. I mean, you just got to see that every map they're playing, they're getting better, at least in terms of team coordination. Just like you mentioned, the players being so far apart from each other in clutch situations, that is just lack of synergy. That is just lack of experience as playing as a team. So that comes with playing games, and I believe that with more games under the belt, they're going to get better. But with that being said, Team EXO, their run to lead Group B is still on. I feel like this team, they've changed their fortune so much. Team EXO was one team who used to kind of, I used to say that they used to choke in the final third of the game. They couldn't really close out games, but now this team has completely transformed himself, and probably I'm the happiest out of all.
Yeah, that's for sure. And so they have transformed themselves and they're still in the running. So let's head on over towards the group standings to see exactly how the teams are going to be moving up and down after today's results. Everything's been set in stone pretty much, and Group B, in a way, it's still the group of death, man. Like, we don't know what to expect. We know for a fact who the top 6 teams are, but we don't know who's going to be the top 4 now, do we? Team EXO, True Rippers, Team Exploit, Team Valor, God Particles, XQL, RG, and now M42. M42 and RG Academy, they had a rough start, both of them losing out on both of their games without getting a single point, but it's fine. M42, they're still running, learning, and RG Academy, they're also still trying to get something done. They will be able to do it, just give them the time. Give them the amount of resources that they need to push themselves forward. Both of these teams can do it, but in a way to not get relegated, I don't know, Salty. Like, I don't think I can agree with you there because they're fighting against God Particles and SATL
Yeah, true
on the other
that.
side. These two are very experienced teams, and the people who do get relegated is pretty much statistically the team that have a lot less experience than these two squads. Group B has turned out to be one of the most, I don't know, how do I put it? This is the most wild card group that you can think of. you have no idea who's going to make it into playoffs. You have no idea who's going to be surviving through the end of it all. So in that sense, these group standings, they're kind of what we expected, but at the same time, in like a matter of a week, I think that we won't even know anymore what to expect when we come down to the end of the group stages.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like the group was really a mixed bag. Team Exploit really pulling out a rabbit out of the hat was something really. I didn't really expect that to happen, right? They have been one of the teams to look out for in Group B. There are other teams as well, like True Represent Team, EXO Team, Valor as well, and all these teams coming together. I feel like, just like you mentioned, the top four is going to be a difficult run. And for M42 surviving relegation, not really sure about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a difficult one. But hey, if anyone can do it, it has to be the side of M42. But hey, for now, that's gonna be all that we have for you for today. An exciting set of games here, ladies and gentlemen. One at the 4 p.m. now, one at the 8 p.m. one. It's all now down to a close. But hey, don't really worry about it because we have a lot more games coming on for you. This is TC Gauntlet, ladies and gentlemen. There's a ton more games, a lot more matches to spread out throughout the entire month. So you're not going to be missing a single bit of the action. And hey, if you don't want to miss it, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so to get notified when we do go live. And as you're down there dabbling around with those buttons, make sure to hit the show description button as well, because we've got a couple of links from our sponsors of Ballistics and Crucial, who want to show you a couple of the deals that they have. If you want to get yourself a RAM stick, if you want to get yourself a Crucial SSD as well, hey, we got you all covered. All the links down below in the description. You're going to see a couple of good bargain deals as well here and there. Go check it out. See what suits your fancy for your next big upgrade. But for now, it's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by Salty, signing on off. And we're going to be back with the wheel soon tomorrow with the LG Ultragear TC Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Ballistics and Crucial. And our apparel partners was none other than 656. Good night and happy gaming.
One, two, three, let's go.